Hi guys, welcome to Huddle Adventures. I am Eddie. Laura is not here right now. Gotta tell you guys, we were warned. Don't fly Spirit. Spirit is terrible. Do not fly Spirit. Did we listen? We'll get into that in a minute. Okay guys, I'm going to give you a little background. Back in August, we went on our first Carnival cruise on the Carnival Magic out of Port Canaveral. We flew round trip from Detroit Metro to Orlando MCO, Orlando International Airport. It cost us roughly $400 for the round trip flight. I think it was $380. Fast forward to the end of February, probably actually mid-January. We're shopping around for airline tickets, round trip, Detroit Metro, Orlando MCO, to get on the Carnival Mardi Gras out of Port Canaveral. Prices were crazy. They were crazy insane. We flew American Airlines back in August. Well, American Airlines wanted $1,600 for 2 tickets. Delta was roughly the same. Southwest, roughly the same. Southwest had an insane layover too. I believe American Airlines had a layover. Delta was a straight flight, but it was still right around $1,600, $800 a ticket. And as you guys know, when you check bags with the major airlines, if you're dealing with up to 50 pounds, usually $30 to $40 each way on your bag. So you gotta kind of think about that too when you're booking your airfare. So we're looking up, every Google flights. We're looking up cheap flights. Spirit keeps popping up. So I looked for some tips online about flying with Spirit Airlines, and it was highly recommended that you get the Bundle It package, which allows you to bring on a personal item, a carry-on, and 1 checked bag per ticket. I forget how much it costs, but long story short, we were looking at round trip, sitting in the regular seats, the standard seats in the back of the plane for around $600. So you're talking $1,000 less than the major airlines, and that included our checked bags. We were pretty excited about that. Then we started reading nightmare stories about how small the seats are on Spirit Airlines. So I go back into my app, I look at our seating chart, and I notice that in the front of the plane, they have seats they call big. And there's a couple rows of those. So on the way down there, we're able to upgrade to the second row, the 2 seats. So think about it, it's almost like first class seating. You have 2 seats side by side, oversized seats, in the first 2 rows. And then the rest of the seats are 3 per side, and they're real small. And the armrests are fixed. So you're jammed in, you can't lift the armrests up in between you. It's really tight. So we go ahead, it's $100 extra per seat, both ways. So I go on a return flight, and a return flight was kind of weird now. There was 2 rows of the big seats and a 3rd row of big seats on one side, on the right side of the plane, and that was it. So, doing the math at home, that's basically 10 big seats, right? You got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Going there, they only had 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So I told Laura the plane is a different plane, so we'll be good. So we upgrade to those 2 seats, extra $100 per seat. So doing the math at home, that puts us at about $1,000. I think it was like $980. Still $600, $500 less than all the major airlines. So we're pretty excited about that. And I will like to back up real quick and acknowledge that yes, we realize that Southwest Airlines allows you to have a free checked bag per ticket up to 50 pounds. We know that too. But Southwest was just crazy expensive, and the layovers were insane. It was going to take us 8 hours with layovers to get, 2.5 hour flight. So we go ahead, we book the flight, everything's working out fine. On the way, when we got to Detroit Metro, on the way to Orlando. We check our bags, we get the tags, everything's good, you know, the self-check-in. We get up to the counter and they weigh our bags, and the lady informed us that we were 17 pounds overweight. Now, we have a luggage scale, and I weighed our suitcases at home. One weighed 48 pounds, the other one weighed 47.5 pounds. Now, we weren't carrying on anything other than the, it's over here, the backpack, the tech bag that I carry with all of our electronics in it. So we decided we'd do the 2 free checked bags, suitcases, and then we would just carry that backpack on. So they charge us. And, you know, I knew at that moment that we were being overcharged. I told the lady, hey, we had to bundle it. She's like, yeah, but you're still over. It's only 40 pounds a suitcase. And I knew, I read, it was up to 50 pounds a suitcase, but I didn't argue with her. We don't do that, guys. When we're going on vacation, we don't want to get into arguments and fights with anybody. We just take care of everything, and we will revisit it when we get back home. That's how we approach everything. Why engage in arguments and, you know, situations that are going to put you in a bad mood when you're getting ready to go on a vacation? So that's how we operate. So made a mental note, we'll check that when we get back. On a return flight, we go and I double check, I weighed our bags in our stateroom on the ship. We get to the airport, do our tags. We actually had to wait at the airport, like, I believe 2.5 hours before we could even check our luggage because we had such a late flight and we got there so early. So with that said, we go up to the counter, they weigh everything, and everything's fine. So I asked, I says, what are we allowed weight-wise? He goes, oh, it bundle it up to 50 pounds. So we knew right then. We got charged $100 extra for being over on the way down, which we shouldn't have been. So I told Laura, we gotta make sure we call Spirit and get $100 refund for that, you know, luggage fee. This is where it gets really bad. We get on the plane, guys, and guess what? Row 3, where our 2 big seats we paid $100 each for, $200 total, 3 seats. So we asked the flight attendant, well, we paid for, there's supposed to be 2 big seats here. And she said, oh, they changed planes at the last minute. And this plane doesn't have those big seats in the 3rd row. So we had to sit in these little tiny seats on the way home. Now, again, we weren't happy about it, but, you know, we made do. It could be worse, right? Our flight wasn't delayed. We were able to get, you know, straight home. And we will say this about Spirit. Both landings, there in Orlando and back in Detroit, were the 2 smoothest landings we have experienced in a while. I kid you not, we have flown Delta multiple times, American Airlines multiple times, Southwest one time, Frontier one time, and a couple of American Airlines, man, the plane was bouncing like a hard dribble, man. We came in so hot. So I give them credit. The flight was smooth, the landings are smooth, the flight attendants were super nice. Nothing to complain about other than we didn't get what we paid for, and they overcharged us on the luggage. Now, we came home late on a Saturday, so Sunday afternoon, Laura decided she's going to call Spirit and get this wrapped up, and they did. They took care of us, guys. She called, she was nice, explained to her what happened. The lady apologized over and over again, asked if we wanted flight credit or if we wanted a refund, and we said we wanted a refund. So she issued us 2 refunds, one for $100 and one for like $208, and took care of us right away. They didn't give us a hard time at all, no problem at all. So with that said, what we decided before she made a phone call, if they were unwilling to work with us, we would never fly Spirit again. But after doing that, we decided we will give them another chance. And we learned. It was a learning experience for us. We will book the same way, do the bundle it package. And that also gives you, I believe you get preferential boarding, like you get to board earlier too with the bundle it package. And we will only pick seats in the first 2 rows. So we will never ever pick the 3rd row again, because all of the planes have the 2 rows of seats. So it was well worth it. On the way down there, those seats were super comfortable, guys. We had an armrest this wide between us. and it was probably as wide as my office chair is right here. It was very comfortable. No complaints. We were in the front row. It was incredible. Tons of room, overhead storage. Nothing to complain about at all. So with that said, here's a lesson we learned, and we learned this on many different purchases and engagements with companies. We generally stopped taking everyone's advice on things, and we choose to try to experience things on our own and draw our own conclusions, guys. We'll give you an example. We avoided Carnival Cruise Line for several years after we got together. Laura and I didn't even consider Carnival when we were looking to book our first cruise together. Laura had only cruised on Royal Caribbean, and she told me all the nightmare stories she heard about Carnival, and I told her, I heard the same type of thing. It's just a big party, it's loud, bunch of obnoxious drunk people, it's out of control, yada yada yada, all the stereotypes, right? So we didn't cruise on Carnival. So once we did cruise on Carnival, we realized that was a bunch of nonsense. It's nothing like that. Yes, there's more of a festive atmosphere, but there's a drink limit on Carnival, and I don't think there's a drink limit on any of the other cruise lines, guys. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, but I know on Royal Caribbean there wasn't when we went on it back. We were in Harmony of the Seas back in 2019. So with that said, guys, I gotta tell you, if you're gonna fly Spirit, don't go cheap. Upgrade, get the bundle it package, upgrade to the bigger seats, and you'll be happy you did. Now, with that said, Spirit won't always be the lowest price. That's, we've got another example of that. We're flying to Charleston in 4 days, and Delta had a better rate than Spirit. So, you have to shop around. The time that you pay to be loyal to an airline, I believe that's over with, guys. It's just so expensive to fly anymore, and it's such a competitive industry that you have to shop around. You really do, and you have to keep your options open. And the delays and all the stuff that we've been experiencing with COVID, I think we're going to see that come to an end finally with Omicron grinding to almost nothing compared to where it was at, which is great. And the cruise lines today reduced the cruise warning from a 3 to a 2, so things are getting better, guys. With that said, I want to thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you disagree with us on our experience with Spirit and what we're saying, feel free to comment below, guys. We welcome spirited debate and conversation. We just don't like anything to get negative, right? So with that said, we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.